Yeah, so hello. Yeah, hello everybody. Yeah, we have a laptop today. Let me put this aside a bit. So see, I insert the charger here. I think it was a shelf laptop because it was on the shelf waiting to be sold. Because as you can see, mm, okay. You see, we have the HP logo. Yeah, let's see. Up to that point, now I'll come with a keyboard. Try to press enter so that we go on to the next stage. Enter, that's a plus. Enter is that one. Enter. You see HP logo. Now we are supposed to go to where the machine is going to request for a hard drive. You can see my power supply now going up to 0.8 and now kills itself to 29 milliamps, and then does another restart. You see, and now again kills. You see, now this is the second time we are having a boot trial, and then the machine goes all the way, and then all of a sudden the machine is out and we are not going to have. So how do you know? Now this could be several things. Can be a motherboard issue, it can be a BIOS issue, and you don't know how to approach that, and you really don't know what's the problem. So you know what I do, because I have these several models in my shop, and one model is working, is fine, or maybe even if it's not fine, they are the same model. I'm going to remove that BIOS chip and put it on the next motherboard, and if this problem persists, is the same problem, now that's a BIOS problem. And if that machine goes up to the loading where the loading of the OS is required and the machine actually loads even the window, it's not a BIOS problem. Some of the ways to know whether a problem is really a BIOS problem or not a BIOS problem. Also, this one method is also going to teach you other things you can do when you don't have a EEPROM to write a BIOS chip to another laptop. So let me switch it off. I just pull out the charger. There's no decorum in this one, because I already know where the issue is. So I have another motherboard here. So is it this one? Yeah, this one. I think, yeah, it's this one. I think they're the same model. The same model, everything. You can see it's the same motherboard. Even if I was to put it like this one, it's the same motherboard. So I'll pull this chip and put it here and see whether things are going to be any different. Any need to go under the microscope? I think no. There's no need to go under the microscope in this one. Yeah, so let me do that in a few. So if the thing continues, actually I'm having the same problem on this motherboard here. Now what I'm going to do is just I'm going to get another BIOS firmware and write it on this machine. Yeah, you see, a bad kidney is a bad kidney even when it's transferred to another person. So we want to test whether this kidney is good on this laptop. Okay, this kidney is bad on this laptop, and also we want to confirm on the other laptop whether the kidney is going to fail. And if the kidney works, the kidney is fine. I don't know whether that is what the doctors do. They first test kidney with a living human being. I don't think so. I think when it comes to fresh, doctors have ways to confirm kidney worthiness before they even take it to the next person. Yeah, you know, they can perform a procedure, maybe like cut a piece from the kidney. But you see, for laptops, you cannot cut a chip and get a sample from the chip, take it under the microscope or maybe under some machines to determine its so let me remove this motherboard. We're still going to test with this screen here. and see whether, okay, actually it's not a must we test with this screen. Let's test with a new one. Let's test with which one? Who is this? Okay, D. Let's test with this one, so that you can not yeah, so we test with this one. Now the motherboard we have just written so let me see whether if the same problem is, if this is the same case here, don't even bother to know whether. Let me use a different laptop so that you may not say that so yeah, remember the other laptop is here, the one we have just moved the BIOS chip, the new one, so let's see on this one. Now I can see already the screen has started to. Okay, let me come with my keyboard again. Okay, let me press enter. Okay, let's see now whether it's going to have a complete boot up. On my power supply, I'm having 8.9. Whoa, see? Did you see? It's the same problem. So our kidney was not a good one, remember? Again, see? Now, so in this case, we are 100% sure the chip is corrupted and you need to flush it out and come up with a new one. You see the same problem on the other machine, like it was on the other one. So you see, that is some of the ways. Some people ask me, like, how do you tell whether the machine is the BIOS? If you don't, if you have tried the voltage, the voltage method, the one I always say, you have the 5 volts, the 19 volts, and the 3.3 volts, and you still are not sure, you can get another working machine and try to transfer the BIOS chip from this machine to the other machine. If the problem is the same on the other machine, then that's a BIOS problem. Like in this case here, that's a BIOS problem. And so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to write a new firmware on this machine and see how things are going to work out. So that's one method. You can do that way. And to now we know 100% the same problem. This was a good working motherboard, and now it's behaving the same as. Thank you. Hope you are together. That one. Okay, let's check now after the. Let me remove the programmer here. I don't need it anymore. Let's see whether we are going to have a complete boot up now. Now that we did confirm the problem was there. Okay, so let me press enter. Did I press enter? Okay, enter pressed. Let's see now. Okay, let's see whether that will repeat itself, or whether we will reach the point of the machine. Okay. I don't like it. Let me just say no. Because if this update takes place and it brings back the updates firmware, the bad firmware back into the chip, it will keep repeating that for some times, I know. Okay, one more trial. Okay, can I say that? Let me say yes. Okay, yes. I hope we are not back to the same point again, because sometimes when they update and it happens that the embedded chip controller had a bad firmware, that's when we get okay. Whoops. Ooh. Good. We were not reaching this point, remember? Yeah, this point was not coming. Good. Even looking for the hard disk. Okay, let me try one here. Let me try to pull a trick here. Let me give some. Let me give some. Let me give some here. Give me some. Give me some. Give me some. Give me some here. Let's see. Okay, why are you just turning around and you're not doing what I'm... Wow, this is an RN key. Okay. Let me get not good, not good. Okay, where is my friend here? Come here. I think this one would be better. Wow, good. Let's see if this one is going to load up the screen. Okay, let's go, let's go, let's go. I want to see whether you're going to boot from something. Let's see whether I'm going to get the Windows logo. Okay, let's see. Okay. Let's press enter. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I want to see whether it's got to the last point of loading the window, because the machine is not going to committed state. It's fine. Wow. What now? Okay, maybe this time I'm going to get something. Whoa, 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 see. Did you see that? Hey, I hope it's not going to turn out to somebody's name, eh? Device getting ready. Has some names pop up here and people call me. And so you fixed somebody's laptop. Okay, tell me somebody by the name. I don't want that anymore. And some customers are not really okay with that. What's up, HP? Hey, I'm getting tired, eh? Are you going to go to the next step or what? I see some loading here. I'll tell you whether the SSD is having a name there. A funny name. Like a funny one. Yeah, so that's it. Yeah, let's meet in the next. Yes, SSD here is loading. Has got some light, eh? That's a good one. Let's meet in the next video. Keep liking, sharing, and do not forget to subscribe. Support the work. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. Bye.